This is Dante Williams, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So the former heavyweight champion and one of the last great American heavyweight champions, Evander Real Deal Holyfield, announced his retirement this week. And while he was talking about his retirement and other things, he was asked about the Mayweather Pacquiao situation. Evander Holyfield would say that everyone is always saying, why doesn't Mayweather fight Manny Pacquiao? He would kill Manny Pacquiao, but he doesn't believe it himself. And until he believes in himself, the fight won't happen. End quote. Now, we often hear detractors of Floyd Mayweather label him as being a coward, being afraid, a cherry picker. He only fights fighters that he knows that he can beat, right? Let's go ahead and be rational and use some damn common sense right now. If Floyd Mayweather only faces opponents that he knows that he can beat, can somebody please tell me why was it Floyd Mayweather was trying to make a fight with Manny Pacquiao 4 years ago when Manny Pacquiao was considered pound for pound number 1 or number 1A, the best fighter in the world? Before he lost to Tim Bradley, before he got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. If Floyd Mayweather only faces opponents that he knows that he can beat, and even Manny Pacquiao's own trainer, Freddie Roach, is admitting that it was their fault, Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao's fault, that the first fight never took place 4 years ago. 50-50 split on everything, all of the pay-per-view, all of the money, all down the middle, right? Once again, Manny Pacquiao had his demands for Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he met Manny Pacquiao's demands. In fact, Floyd Mayweather had already signed the contract. Guess who didn't sign the contract? So once again, if Floyd Mayweather only faces opponents that he knows that he can beat, what is the implication once you know the facts about what took place in the first negotiations? It's obvious, right? Like I said, let's just use common sense. Forget about the fact that you don't like Floyd Mayweather, because this is not about if you like him or if you don't like him. This is about speaking the truth and using common sense. And not to belabor the point, but wouldn't it make more sense that if you were considered a cherry picker, a guy who only fights guys he knows that he can beat, and you're this big old coward and everything else, wouldn't it make more sense to offer this guy, Manny Pacquiao, a fight after he got knocked out, after he lost to Tim Bradley? Wouldn't it make more sense? I mean, historically, that's the way it has always been in the sport of boxing when it comes to cherry pickers. You don't believe me? Oscar De La Hoya. Let's take him for example. Now, don't get me wrong. Oscar De La Hoya, he fought the best opponents available, okay? But there were some fights that he turned down. There were some fighters that he avoided and he ducked, all right? And one of them was the undefeated Fernando Vargas, okay? When Fernando Vargas was undefeated, Fernando Vargas, he was shaping up to be Oscar De La Hoya's biggest rival. He hated Oscar De La Hoya, couldn't stand him. He wanted to fight him so bad. And as Fernando Vargas started moving up in the rankings and he became a champion, when he was undefeated, Oscar De La Hoya said, and I quote, "I will never fight that guy and let him make money off of me." Okay? Soon as Fernando Vargas gets knocked out by Tito Trinidad, I swear to God, it was literally the same week following the knockout, Oscar De La Hoya said, you know what? I've got a change of heart. I'll fight Fernando Vargas now. And next thing you know, that fight was set up. Manny Pacquiao versus Shane Mosley, the exact same thing. Shane Mosley, he came all the way up to Hollywood, to the Wild Card Gym, just to beg Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao for a fight, following Mosley's knockout win over Antonio Margarito. You know what Freddie Roach said? He told Shane Mosley, no, you're too good. That's exactly what he told him. After Shane Mosley knocked out Margarito in an impressive fashion, no one was in a hurry to get in the ring with Shane Mosley. No one but one person, of course, and that was Floyd Mayweather. Okay? So the point that I'm making is, It makes more sense for a cherry picker, a guy who only fights guys that he thinks that he can beat, after that guy comes off of a loss, after that guy gets knocked out, not before, right? Not when he's at his best, not when everyone's saying that this man is pound for pound the best fighter in the world and he's unstoppable, right? It doesn't make sense. So the question I would ask to someone like Evander Holyfield and other people who think this way is, why would Floyd Mayweather want to fight Manny Pacquiao when he is at his best, when he is at his most dangerous? Now let me play decaf's advocate. Floyd Mayweather always got a different excuse. First it was the drug test. Now it's the Bob Arum excuse. He's always having some different excuse. Let me tell you something, guys. One thing about Floyd Mayweather, when it comes to this situation, he has been very consistent. People say, well, why was Floyd Mayweather willing to deal with Bob Arum when he was trying to offer Manny Pacquiao $40 million? See, you guys are not using your third eye, and you're not trying to use logical common sense. Think about it for a second. Why would Floyd Mayweather call up Manny Pacquiao directly? Who does that? Floyd Mayweather already knows that Bob Arum is the boss. He knows that Bob Arum is the one that makes the fights and sets up the fights and so on and so forth, right? So why would he call up Manny Pacquiao directly? Why? It's because he truly believed that Bob Arum was interfering with negotiations, so he felt if he would call Manny Pacquiao up directly and cut Bob Arum out, then maybe he can get some shit done. So in other words, that is proof that Floyd Mayweather, he still wasn't trying to deal with Bob Arum. That was the whole purpose of him calling up Manny Pacquiao directly. I mean, think about it. How many times do you see a fighter call up another fighter directly without consulting his promoter, or at least having his promoter consult the other promoter? It's funny to me how certain fans, they acknowledge the Cold War between Golden Boy and Top Rank when it suited them, or one of their favorite fighters that they were trying to defend, right? But when it came to Floyd Mayweather, he's just a coward. He's just afraid to fight Manny Pacquiao, right? But when Erislandy Lara called out Golovkin, then everybody starts saying, come on, man. You know that Top Rank and Golden Boy, they don't do business together. You know Showtime and HBO, they don't do business together, right? When Rigo was calling out everybody, Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares, same thing. Come on, man. You know about the Cold War. But when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, all of a sudden he's just a coward. He doesn't meet the qualifications to get the same type of representation that a Gennady Golovkin gets, right? We know what time it is. So as much as I respect Evander Holyfield's opinion, you know, he did say that he believes that Floyd Mayweather would kill Manny Pacquiao, but I disagree with him when he says that Floyd Mayweather doesn't believe that he can beat Manny Pacquiao. I'm telling you guys this, and this is the honest truth. If Floyd Mayweather was ducking Manny Pacquiao, or he never agreed to a 50-50 split in that very first negotiations, right? Like, say, for example, if Floyd Mayweather would have pulled a Mikey Garcia versus Gamboa type shit in the first negotiations, and then after Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, then Floyd Mayweather said, oh, I'll fight him now. I'll fight him now. Then I would say he doesn't believe that he can beat this guy unless he sees someone else do it first. Okay? Another perfect example of epic proportions is Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler. When Sugar Ray Leonard was being called out by Marvin Hagler, Leonard turned down a fight with Hagler and then waited 5 years later watching Marvin Hagler fight a guy where he did not look his best. Sugar Ray Leonard, he used those very famous words that a lot of boxing aficionados remember. And that is, I see something, right? That's what he said. I see something. Think about it. What did those words imply? I'll tell you. The implication was Sugar Ray Leonard never believed that he can beat Marvin Hagler until he's seen something, right? Until he's seen a flaw, until he's seen an opening. And it took Sugar Ray Leonard 5 years to see that opening and have the confidence to come out of retirement and fight this guy Marvin Hagler. The point of it all, Floyd Mayweather didn't do that with Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather, he signed a contract to fight Manny Pacquiao at his best. Floyd didn't wait 5 years. Floyd didn't wait 5 years and watch Manny Pacquiao get knocked out and lose a couple fights and then say, oh, I see something. You know what? Let's go ahead and make the fight now. Floyd Mayweather didn't do that. Okay? So that's pretty much all I got to say. Just remember this, guys. Once again, this ain't about you liking Floyd Mayweather. This ain't about you hating Floyd Mayweather. This simply comes down to looking at the facts. What makes sense? And speaking the whole truth. That's all I got, guys. I'm on to the next one.